For centuries, man has struggled to build shelters strong enough to withstand nature's fury, and there have been more destructive storms recorded in the last 5 years than in the previous 20 years combined. No violent weather is more frightening than tornadoes. The sad truth is that they often strike with devastating results. In 1999, the whole nation watched in disbelief as a massive F5 twister cut a path of destruction through Oklahoma City. Meteorologist David Finfrock reported on those fateful events.
It has turned into a large tornado.
Tornado on the ground.
It has got very large at this time. Hopefully this shot will do it justice.
The monstrous half-mile-wide tornado that rolled across Oklahoma with wind speeds of more than 200 miles an hour flattened homes and apartment buildings and tossed cars like toys. The morning revealed devastation so severe it looked like a war zone. The twister that roared through central Oklahoma reached F5 strength, the strongest classification for a tornado.
The ceiling stayed on the bathroom where my daughter and I were hidden.
Getting to a safe place can be nearly impossible in the face of those winds.
When I actually seen it, I was like startled. Just looking at the debris that was flying up. You had sheets of metal. You had a freaking cow in the air.
To investigate the effects of strong wind, I went to the University of Maryland's Glenn Martin Wind Tunnel. This is just 40 miles per hour. Now we're going to crank it up to 70. It doesn't take very long. In just a matter of seconds, I'm standing in a sustained wind near hurricane force. We're at 70 miles per hour now. This is the force of a minimum F1 tornado. We're now at 80 miles per hour and climbing. That's still only an F1 on the Fujita tornado scale. The biggest tornado in Oklahoma was an F5 with winds near 300 miles an hour. We're now all the way up to 100 miles per hour. It's incredible. But it's still just an F1 tornado. This is as high as they'll let me go. 115 miles per hour. And that's barely F2. But it's not the wind alone that makes a tornado dangerous. In Oklahoma, you can see where the winds hurled lumber, rocks, even cars through the air. And at those speeds, anything can become a deadly missile. At Texas Tech, researchers are firing 2x4s into walls to see which type of construction will best withstand a powerful tornado. Ordinary siding barely slows down a 2x4 at 100 miles per hour. And a wall of concrete blocks didn't fare much better. But a brick wall, backed by steel-reinforced concrete, shatters the 2x4 on impact. An above-ground shelter with walls like this can be built for $4,000 to $5,000. But that kind of shelter would not protect you from any storm above an F3. And you can see by the magnitude of the damage in Oklahoma, when an F4 or F5 comes along, there's only one place to be: underground.
We got in the cellar. There was about 15 of us, and you could hear the tornado come over, and the tornado ripped the door off the cellar.
For the survivors, the Federal Emergency Management Agency is already at work. For Judith Richard, who used to work for FEMA, it's scenes like this that have made her a believer in shelters.
First contact with disaster victims, and I don't want to be one of those victims.
So one day last month, Richard had an underground storm shelter installed. After excavating the hole, the crew carefully lowered the base of the concrete shelter.
They've had this tested up at, I believe it's Texas Tech, you know, where they shoot the projectiles. And that's the reason why we have the 5-inch thick walls and the half-inch rebar steel. We have probably installed a little over 200 altogether within about an 80-mile radius of Dallas-Fort Worth. Typically, we can do it all in one day.
Once these storm shelters are covered by a mound of dirt, they provide the ultimate in protection.
People spend thousands each year on insurance for their material possessions, but foolishly neglect the most important possession of all: life itself. No dollar amount can be placed on you or any member of your family. Why gamble with something as fragile as a human life when a few simple steps can be taken to virtually guarantee their safety against severe weather? When devastation hits home, the only way to assure the safety of your loved ones is to have a durable storm shelter for protection against the elements. Concrete shelters from Tornado Master will provide the ultimate protection against torrential weather and give you peace of mind in times of emergency. Tornado Master has earned a reputation as the leader in the industry. We are proud of the reputation we've built and have the satisfied customers to prove it. We do one thing, and we do it well. Build the finest quality storm shelters money can buy. Our full-time, experienced staff will always be on call should you have any questions or concerns. Unfortunately, many of Tornado Master's competitors are unable to meet the exacting standards we've set.
We had answered an ad and found out about them in the little local newspaper. So we met them. They were extremely friendly, very nice, assured us that they would do good for us and that it would be the way we wanted it done. They didn't cooperate with us at all. There was a seam in the very middle of it, and that seam had water pouring in it the first day. And it was supposed to be strong enough to have a huge tree fall on it even, or something hit it, and it would not crush. Had we have been in the cellar during a storm, it could have killed us.
With over 10 years under his belt as a fire chief for Fort Worth, Bob Hines understood the importance of having a reliable shelter to protect them from potential disaster. Understandably, the Himes family was frustrated by the manner in which they were taken advantage of.
Really check the background of the company that you're dealing with and make sure that you can call your Better Business Bureau and get information about them. There are some people who are in the shelter business that really don't know what they're doing, and the first one I bought was totally wrong because it caved in on me and now it's full of water and I'm going to have to get rid of it. I bought a new one and I'm perfectly happy with the new one. And the door on the new one is a steel door and the door on the old one was a plastic door, and the latches on it have already deteriorated and fallen to pieces, whereas the new one is holding up very, very well. And I certainly trust the steel door over the plastic door, because if you look at some of the tornado pictures that you can find now on television, you can see where it'll actually jerk the door right off the hinges, whereas I don't think it'll ever do that with a steel door. The one I've got now is made out of concrete, and I really don't worry about it being blown away. I hope I never have to have it, but it's there. The company that I bought it from was perfectly reliable, and every word they told me was absolute truth. Oh, I have peace of mind now, because after all, your family is the most important thing that a man has, and you want to take care of them the very best.
Steve Easley, an independent reporter for Michael Holligan's popular television show, Your New House, praised the effectiveness of Tornado Master shelters during a recent broadcast of their program.
Did you know that over 800 tornadoes touch down in this country each year? And you may be surprised to know that every state has experienced tornadoes, even Hawaii and Alaska. These storms do billions of dollars in damage, cause injury, and loss of life. If you've ever lived through a tornado, you know what a terrifying experience they can be. That's why having a storm shelter like this can create some real peace of mind. Well, today I'm in Arlington, Texas, and we're going to show you how storm shelters are made.
First, our Tornado Master specialist will meet with you to determine the ideal model and best location to build your shelter. The reinforced concrete used in the structure is 5 inches thick, with inch-thick rebar on 12-inch centers. Most competitors, by comparison, use only 3 inches of concrete. After completing a 30-day curing process, the concrete is able to withstand a massive 8,000 psi of pressure. Our larger in-ground unit, weighing 27,600 pounds, is placed 3.5 feet underground and measured 7 feet by 10 feet inside. For smaller families, we offer a more modest-sized in-ground shelter, weighing 16,100 pounds and measuring 5 feet by 7 feet inside. Our freestanding above-ground unit can easily be attached to your home and is available in various sizes. These shelters feature 8-inch concrete walls reinforced with half-inch rebar on 8 and 12-inch centers. All of our shelters can be equipped with electricity, telephone, and come standard with air circulation vents. A Tornado Master shelter can double as a spare room for work, play, or even a wine cellar. It also serves as a safe haven against fire and theft for valuables and important documents. And there's no question that it will add to the value of your home. Once a suitable location has been chosen, our Tornado Master crew will take detailed measurements before breaking ground. A hole is dug specifically to fit the lower portion of the concrete shelter. A 12-inch layer of pea gravel is applied to ensure proper leveling and stability of the unit. The bottom half of the shelter is then lowered securely into place, followed by an application of a super strong adhesive ram neck. The tar-based ram neck is uniquely designed to bond concrete seams and has a leak-free warranty. Next, the top section is carefully placed over the lower part of the shelter. The massive weight of the upper half permanently seals both sections together. To guarantee the effectiveness of the bonding process, Tornado Master has tested the seal by lifting the entire shelter from the ground, with only the adhesive holding the two parts together. For further reinforcement, 3 steel plates are installed and anchored. Once the 2 sections are securely attached, the shelter can be finished out with appropriate landscaping. Many companies take weeks to complete an installation, but you won't have a construction crew disrupting your lifestyle when you buy from Tornado Master. Installations are typically completed within 1 day of breaking ground. Once disaster hits, it's too late to prepare. For a relatively low price, you can purchase real-life insurance and plan ahead for your family's safety. Right now, Tornado Master is offering 100% financing, which means you can have your shelter built immediately. A storm could be looming on the horizon at any moment, so call and protect your loved ones before it strikes. Get a Tornado Master storm shelter and get a shelter that's built for life.